Hello, welcome to Raving Ryan. I'm your host, Ryan Anastasio. We are here in New Hampshire with Andrew Yang. Mr. Yang, how are you? Thanks for doing this.
Hey, Ryan, happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yes, I want to talk first start about your signature policy, which is universal basic income, as you call the Freedom Dividend.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little about this and why you think it's right for the country?
Well, the Freedom Dividend is $1,000 a month in your pocket starting at age 18. How old are you, Ryan?
I'm 17. Yes, just turned 17 yesterday.
All right, so about a year from now, Ryan's going to start getting $1,000 a month in his hands to do whatever he wants. Now, this seems dramatic, but we're in the midst of the greatest economic transformation in our history. We're getting rid of jobs right and left. Soon we're going to get to truck driving jobs and limo driving jobs. The malls are starting to close. We need to put $1,000 a month into every American's hands so we can build a different kind of economy for the 21st century.
Yeah, so your plan to do this is by taxing companies such as Amazon. As you say, they're getting taxed $0 right now. Is that you going to be able to get the money for that? This is going to cost trillions of dollars.
It's not as expensive as people think because when you get the money, Ryan, what are you going to do with it?
Spend it.
On what?
College, anything.
Yeah, so the money's going to go right back into the economy. Yeah. The money's not truly lost, especially if it's in our hands because we're the owners and shareholders of this country.
But what about the people that are wealthy that don't need the money? They're still going to get it, correct?
Yeah, they're still going to get it, but we're going to be getting the money back if they are working for companies like Amazon or Google or Facebook. Because right now, like you said, Amazon, $1 trillion tech company, is paying zero in taxes. So it's going to be hard to make ends meet if you let that go on. If we take a tiny sliver of that, we can pay $1,000 a month to every American.
Yeah, move on to gun control. You had a moment where you became very emotional a few days ago. In New Hampshire, the gun law is a little bit looser. In a state where I come from, Connecticut, is a few hours away. Someone could buy a gun and go to a place like Connecticut. What do you think the biggest thing we need to do is to address gun control? We see every day we wake up to another mass shooting happening.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking. As a parent, I'm staggered by the fact that we have kids like you growing up in an era where you actually are afraid for your life in schools and you have shooter drills and the rest of it. We need to attack gun violence at every level. So the first thing is we need to have common sense gun safety laws that are national, so it's not like you can just hop over the border and have different rules. And that's going to require us beating back the NRA and getting rid of the lobbying money and replacing it with money in our hands to get rid of the lobbyists, essentially. But we also need to try and figure out what the chain of events is that leads someone to buy a gun and then take someone else's life. So that involves trying to make our families stronger, making our schools stronger, because a lot of kids show up to schools, and if they feel like the school's not for them, then they can become alienated and depressed and angry. And this is particularly a problem in the gun violence context for boys, because 96% plus of shooters are boys or men.
Yeah.
So we need to try and make our schools more welcoming for people who have different personalities or even neurological types. My son is autistic, as an example. So you can imagine him showing up to a school, and if the school didn't have resources for him or wasn't the right fit, you can imagine him just being in a corner and getting increasingly depressed and inward. So we need to try and make our schools stronger. We need to invest mental health resources because right now there's so many people that are anxious or depressed, and that can sometimes lead in dangerous directions. This is like a societal set of problems that will be with us for years. The gun law is the obvious fix, but then we have to try and solve the other problems too.
Yeah, and we saw especially in Dayton where the gunman killed 9 people in less than a minute with a AK-47, an AR-15.
Yeah, it's crazy. There were police like right
do you think
there.
Do you think we should ban the guns such as AK-47s and AR-15s?
We should ban military-style assault weapons. There's really no responsible reason why a citizen needs those weapons, and they can kill many, many civilians very quickly.
Yeah, so the next debates, it's going to be in September. You're one of the 9 candidates that...
Gang, that's right.
You've qualified. Right now, you're tied for 5th in the polls.
That's right.
What is your approach going to be the next debate? The first debate, you didn't get that much time. You had a little more in the second one. What are you going to do to really stand out in that next debate?
The great thing is after the last debate, we raised over $1 million in the days after because
you have the money.
We were so excited. And so if we do what we did in the last debate and the next debate, because I've qualified not just in September and October, most Americans are still getting to know me. And the plan is to keep on introducing myself and my vision for the economy that works for you and everyone watching this, $1,000 a month. It seems too good to be true, but this is an idea that's been with America since the beginning. Thomas Paine, Martin Luther King, Milton Friedman, everyone's been for it.
Yeah, so I'm sure you've been in Iowa, you've been in New Hampshire. There's a lot of good food in both these places. What's the best food you've had on the campaign trail?
I had a turkey leg at the Iowa State Fair last week. That was delicious.
Yeah.
You have turkey legs here? Well, you don't know. You're not.
No, Connecticut. We have better things in Connecticut. We have New Haven pizza. I know you stopped at Pepe's a few months ago.
That was delicious.
Was that the best pizza you've ever had?
It was delicious. It's probably top 5.
Have you been to any other places in Connecticut or just Pepe's so far?
You know, I love myself New England clam chowder and lobster rolls and
Yeah.
all that stuff. I think Connecticut serves that up
Yes,
too, right?
yeah.
Because I get that when I'm in New Hampshire and Rhode Island.
Yeah, we have the
Yes.
best pizza in Connecticut. Just
Pepe's is very, very good. Tell them Andrew Yang sent you.
I will, yeah. Also, I know you said Elon Musk endorsed you, and then Anthony Scaramucci was tweeting at you. What was the deal with that?
Well, so Elon Musk endorsed me because he knows that universal basic income, which is the technical name for this dividend I'm saying everyone needs to get, he says universal basic income is inevitable and we should do it as soon as possible. And he's right. And it's not just Elon, it's Jack Dorsey, it's Sam Altman, it's all these other people. So he endorsed me, and then Anthony Scaramucci I just ran into at the CNN lobby.
Yeah.
And then we started talking about how Trump's a bozo, and then, bonded over that.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for doing this. It's a pleasure. We'll probably see you in April when the Connecticut primaries come around.
Thank you. And Ryan, I'm going to present you with a copy of my book. It's called The War on Normal People. It's
Thank
about
you.
how we're getting rid of a bunch of the jobs, and we need to start putting $1,000 a month into your hands and your hands and my hands, and whatever. We can exclude me. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, thank you for watching. I'm Ryan Anastasio reporting for Raving Ryan. See you next time.